Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Redbubble strikes again. Since they made their announcement about the 3 tiers, I've been doing a ton of research and speaking to a bunch of different people to try and figure out what tier you were placed in and why were you placed in that tier. If you're unaware of what I'm talking about, Redbubble recently made a huge announcement where they were introducing 3 tiers, Standard, Premium, and Pro, to their platform. And if you fall into Standard tier, you'll be giving a further 25 to 50% of your earnings to Redbubble. I highly recommend checking out my first video on this topic, where I go into detail about this new update. During my research, I was trying to find a pattern between those people that were put in Standard tier and those people that were put in Premium tier. And I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is I found that pattern. The bad news is what that pattern actually is. Some of the shadiest practices I've ever seen in the print-on-demand space. Redbubble are literally grasping at straws to save themselves, but they don't realize they're actually sinking the ship faster. Redbubble peaked during COVID, and this could have had something to do with the fact that everyone was at home and there was a huge influx of mask sales. At that point, their market cap was $2.3 billion. But since then, they have steadily declined, and now their market cap sits at $73 million. Basically, they're a penny stock. Here is my theory. Redbubble need to make money. By any means necessary, it seems. Redbubble also have a quality control issue. You can't deny it. There is a ton of crap on their website. So they had their genius idea of making this standard tier, which will do 2 things. 1, give Redbubble a larger cut of people's sales. And number 2, weed out all the crap and hopefully just become a marketplace of high quality original artwork. In theory, that all makes perfect sense, but they've executed it so badly. It's actually backwards. They say you need to do various things to move up the tiers. You know, high consistent sales, bring in outside traffic, but none of this is true. Because think about it. If Redbubble put all the low account not making any sales into standard tier, Redbubble wouldn't make any money because they are only making money based on what you sell. If you don't sell anything, they don't make anything. On top of that, they're not going to actually weed out any bad designs, any spammers, any mass uploaders, because at the end of the day, it's still free to upload onto Redbubble. If, Redbubble introduced like an Etsy style fee of 20 cents per listing, that would weed out a lot of the mass uploaders. Someone who is mass uploading using an auto upload tool is going to continue to do that regardless of how much money they make, because it's all passive income. Whereas the artists who actually spend time creating their designs, who've been shafted into the standard tier, well, they're not going to continue uploading, because why would they? They're putting so much time and so much effort into these designs, and they're giving away so much of their money. It doesn't make sense, which would actually mean by doing this, Redbubble aren't weeding out all the crappy pieces of art. They're encouraging it, and it's going to end up being a marketplace that solely houses crap artwork. Now, the main reason why I came up with this theory is because I started getting tons of comments saying, I get tons of sales, but I've been put in the standard tier. This person, definitely no clue how they do their tiers. I have more than 300 sales and have been on the platform for more than 3 years, and they only put my account in standard. Another one, I'm automatically a premium member. No clue how I've got here. My sales are quite lackluster. I've had a piece of art taken down for copyright. I've only made 49 sales since I started a couple of years ago, and I have 22 designs. No clue how I'm premium. Here since 2019 with thousands of sales, and I'm standard. 88 designs, 100 sales, standard. Standard with over 1,500 sales in the last year. Whoa, 1,500 sales in the last year, and they're standard. This is crazy. Probably find the high earners will be in standard and the low will be in premium. That way Redbubble will get more money. Yep. I made more than 1,200 sales since October 2020 and have almost 500 designs on my store. My tier is standard. I haven't added anything new or made any sales in a long time. I can't support this. Theirs is a premium. What? This is just ridiculous. Well, you see what I'm saying here. People are getting these premium accounts, but they're not really getting any sales. And then the people who have got lots of sales are being put into standards. And this made me realize Redbubble will actually put your account in standard if you're getting sales. And I feel like such an idiot because this makes so much sense. Because by doing this, Redbubble will actually make more money. And of course, they will still put accounts in premium to kind of keep up appearances that you can become a premium account if you want. There's going to be anomalies. I'm sure there are going to be lots of people who are getting sales, uploading designs, and are on a premium tier. Right? That wouldn't surprise me. But the fact is that there are so many people getting a serious amount of sales who have been put in the standard tier. And the only explanation I can think of is that it's making Redbubble more money for them to be in standard tier than for them to be in premium tier. It's really sad. Redbubble don't see humans, they just see dollar signs. They don't think of the person, the creator, the artist, or the individual who has bills to pay, a family to support, and all these other things. They just want to take even more money from them. It's really, really disgusting behavior from Redbubble. What's even worse is the whole element of moving up the tiers. You know, try and get more sales, bring in outside traffic will move you up the tiers. Well, who's to say they're actually going to do that? For all we know, if you start getting sales, they'll keep you in the standard tier because by you getting sales, Redbubble are making more money. By you moving to the premium tier, they just lose a huge chunk of the money that they were getting because they're not getting that 25 to 50% cut that they were taking when you were on the standard tier. So honestly, if you're on standard and you hope to go up to premium, don't know if that's going to happen. If you're in premium, then I guess you got lucky and continue selling on Redbubble if you're happy to sell really terrible quality products and support a company that would do this to smaller creators. Let me know in the comments what you think of my theory and maybe what your theory is, and just in general what you think of this whole Redbubble situation. Where are you moving to? What's your plan? Let me know down below. What I think they should have done, which would have made way more sense, is to introduce an auto-delete feature, similar to what Amazon Merch on Demand has, where after 90 days, you don't get a sale with a design, it gets taken down. It's such an easy feature to implement, and they can do it after 60 days or 30 days or 90 days, it doesn't really matter. But if they do the auto delete, this is what will happen. Redbubble will suddenly remove all bad designs that aren't getting sales, and anything that is getting a sale will most likely be a pretty good design, because who's spending $25 on a crappy design? If you introduce this auto delete feature, I don't think that many people will care or be upset, because it makes a lot of sense, especially for costs for them to have like storage space to hold all of this information and all of these people's designs. This way they can just auto delete it, or maybe not auto delete it, maybe just hide it and send you a notification saying, we've hidden this design, it hasn't got any sales in the last 90 days, right? And what they could even do is categorize things, because obviously categorize things by season, I should say, because sometimes you'll have a Christmas design that will only do well around Christmas, or a Halloween design. So what they can do is, after 90 days of it getting no sales during the off season, they can see, oh, this is a Halloween design, maybe you can tick this is a seasonal design, and then it will get categorized in the back end of your account. And during those seasons, it will give you a notification to say, Christmas is coming up, you have 4 unlisted Christmas designs. Would you like to upload them? And then simple button, upload all 4 of them again. It just makes so much sense. And again, it will weed out all the crap. It will make room for sellers to actually make more money and be seen. And without a doubt, it will make them more money, which means their share price will go up and their business will go up. It just seems so simple, and I don't think anyone will care if they have this auto delete feature. The truth is though, I don't think anyone at Redbubble actually knows anything about print on demand. It just sounds like it's a bunch of executives who only care about the bottom line and not about the seller or the buyer or the print on demand business model. If they had someone who cared, they might actually implement good features that people want rather than what they've done. If you want to see my full reaction, check this video out over here where I talk about the standard, the premium and the pro tier, what it means, why it's terrible besides this, and just other elements around Redbubble's future and the direction that they're heading in.